Hey, what is up guys? My name is Andy. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to review the Serica, and this is a long-term review. This is the Serica 5303/3. So this is the blue iteration. This iteration of the Serica 5303 is one of the newest colors that the 5303 has, and they actually started with the black one, the white one, and this one. This blue was the last one. That color was the one that caught my attention. Now, I have this one since maybe 2 years ago. I gotta double check that. And I actually had my eye on the black one, but this one got teased and I fell in love with it. The color, it was different from all the things that I've collected in my watch collecting journey. And black watches are always my go-to, and well, blue and white, but most I had black colors watches. And I thought to myself, like, maybe I should buy something a little different because the watch deserves it. The watch is a little bit different from anything that I have in my collection. Yes, it has some cues from the design of Omega and other watches, but mostly Omega. But in their own design, they got inspired by those times of Omega, but they did something else, and I think that it is a winner here in the design department. So let's start addressing one thing that I wanted to discuss a long time ago, and this is the movement that is a so proud movement. And people were complaining about the movement because the movement did things in kind of like in a funky way. So if you try to move the hands or set the hour, sometimes when you hack the watch didn't hack. Some people got the same problem. I remember seeing the video of Jody, the Just One More Watch guy, talk about that issue that he had when he reviewed the Serica 5303. So now let's bring it back to the present, and Serica put a chronometer version of this movement, and they say and people have said that it improved incredibly well the watch and the way it operates. So I don't have any issues with my watch, and I didn't have back in the past when I received the watch any issues whatsoever. The watch was keeping great time. I had never the issue of pulling out the crown and not hacking. So for me, wasn't there, but I've heard a lot of stories and horror stories. Yes, sometimes it gets a little funky. Sometimes when you try to, if you don't move the hands forward, they feel a little bit funky when you try to move them backwards. It feels weird when you do that. I usually do that and I don't care about how it feels. Maybe I'll break the watch, but it never had an issue. It just felt weird, and the watch never broke, and my watch has been keeping great time. It has been running very well. I haven't seen a drop or a acceleration on the timekeeping of this watch whatsoever, and I had it for a long time. Now, it pissed me off that this watch, right after I bought it, like 6 months after they released a chronometer version, okay, yes, mine costed around $1,075, and this now, the chronometer version, is around $1,300. It's a little bit expensive because, well, it's a chronometer watch, but I think that they should have stayed $1,000, near to $1,000, $1,075, as this one cost me. I think that they didn't improve anything else. Yes, the movement and the clasp has now the logo of Serica, and that is cool. But I think that the watch should have stayed the same price. But that's my opinion. So in terms of wearability, the watch wears incredibly comfortable. And as you can see, this watch is small, it's 40 millimeters in diameter, and it has a lug to lug like 47, 46, more or less. It wears exactly on the button as 40 millimeters, and as paper stated, the watch is very comfortable with this mesh strap. The bracelet is incredible. It's a mesh bracelet, but it's not a mesh bracelet that you can see like this in Omega. I know that the Omega Seamaster Professional has a beautiful mesh bracelet, but it doesn't have end links. This mesh has end links, and it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing, and it brings, you know, the design of the watch in a certain kind of way that nobody has this ever. Gives the watch a vibe that they put a lot of care into the design, and well, I've never seen this before. Maybe in past Tag Heuers that the mesh continue into the watch, but not with an end link that conforms to the beautiful form of the watch. The design, I love the colors. I love that it has hours and time passing in the bezel, so you can use it for if you are traveling. You can use it to take another time zone, and actually you can use it to take time with the bezel, and it's incredible. So it has for me a blue dial, deep blue dial, and the indices go into the dial rather than the outside of the dial. I really like that. In the inside of the dial there are the indices, and I really like them. Not all of them, only 3, 6, and 9 are different, and 12 o'clock of course, and the other ones go into the center of the watch, and I really like that. It brings a different kind of vibe to the watch, and something that I have never seen before, so I appreciate the design. The color of the bezel is amazing. As I already stated, it is blue, kind of like a blue that tarnished with sunlight from years and years, but this is done on purpose, and it's actually ceramic, so it won't scratch. It is a combination with stainless steel and ceramic, but it looks incredible. I think that the color was well curated for this watch, and it brings a smile to my face because this is an incredible move from Serica. I really like how this color and the thoughtfulness that they bring to this color brings, something playful and serious to the watch. The crown is ultra big, and I like that. It is unsigned, and it winds incredibly well for me, and it unscrews and screws very easily, and I like that about this watch because it's a very large crown, and you can manipulate it very easy. The hands and the body of the watch, or the case of the watch, is kind of like the reminiscence of this watch, this Seamaster Professional. It has some kind of like design, the twisted lugs, and the big crown. I think that they had a lot of the design of the Seamaster here, the broad arrow hands. There's a lot to see from Omega, but it's not like they are homaging, or it's not like a blind copy of an Omega Seamaster Professional from the past. No, it has some cues from the watch and brings them here to this beautiful Serica 5303/3, this beautiful color. So I have kind of like some problems with this watch along my usage of this watch. So I think that the mesh is incredibly cool, but it's not the comfiest watch. I think that something like this, a normal, beautiful, bracelet from Rolex is so much more comfortable than the mesh or any other type of, bracelet. For me, you don't have too much play with the watch when you are moving your wrist. In terms of stiffness here on the watch, so it's very stiff to have a mesh strap if you have a lot of movement on the wrist. It's not like it's very stiff here as this one. This one is super stiff, but this is actually very playful and soft. But the thing is that sometimes, I don't know, it doesn't cut it for me. It's not the comfiest strap, but let's leave it like that. This watch looks amazing how it is, and it's just some minor gripes that I have for the watch. Obviously, it has 300 meters of water resistance, and I haven't tested those 300 meters of water resistance. I will never use them, but it put my mind at ease when I am around the pool or the beach or washing my plates. The watch is very capable, and I really like it because also it has a sapphire crystal and a screw down case back, and the sapphire crystal is domed, and I really like how it is domed. It feels very organic, the dome of this beautiful crystal, and it has anti-reflective coating and is super legible. I really like it. Kind of reminds me of this Omega Seamaster 2. It has a dome sapphire crystal that I really like. It just looks very organic and goes well with the watch. So yeah, as I said previously, I really hate that they come up with this chronometer version, because I wanted to have the greatest iteration of this watch, and I thought that this was going to stay like that for a long time, and for my surprise it didn't. So I am a little pissed that I want to have the chronometer version, but I do have this one. Maybe I'll, I don't know, buy the black one or buy the GMT one. They're kind of a bit expensive for this type of watch. I think that the watch could be $900 to $700 on this price range. I think that $1,000 and more, this watch starts to, you know, leaves you wanting a little bit more for that price. I've known other watches that are a lot less money and they give you the same experience, maybe not in design, but in build quality and timekeeping and, you know, colors. Overall, if you're looking for something different and something that won't break the bank, but it's a little bit up there, this is the watch for you. I think there are other watches that you can buy for a lot less money, but the design and the experience and the unboxing experience is so different from others. I really like the box because you can double it as a travel pouch, and it just reminds me a lot of the old days of buying a watch. It really brings you something, you know, nostalgic about this unboxing experience. The watch is something different, very, very different from other watches that I have in my collection. And every time I put it, it brings me a smile. The color is amazing. Whichever you're gonna pick, the black one, the gray, the black one, the white one, or the blue one, whichever you're gonna choose. I think that the watch has a lot of uniqueness that you can, you know, put it on, bring a smile to your face, and just go on with your day a little bit happier wearing a Serica. Thank you guys for watching. Any questions that you have, please ask them down below. I'll try to answer everything that I know about this watch. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help, and if you don't like to do that, don't worry about it. Thank you for watching anyways. Remember, guys, I am Andy, and I'll be here spending time watching time.